boys. What is going on today, guys? Welcome back on the road. Hey, we matched. Look at that. I didn't even realize that until I just saw it.
I gotta go change.
All right, I gotta take my sweatshirt off. Restart the video. Anyway, guys. Anyway, I'll keep the camera off, Ryan, so you don't have to see that. We are on our way. Hopefully, if it doesn't happen, you'll never see this clip. So I'm gonna keep it short. Just, you know, we don't need to talk about something that may or may not happen. I'm like 87.3% this is going to happen. So the second gen hunt should be over in just a couple hours. We're on our way to go look at. We've already kind of worked out a deal with this gentleman's with his truck. It's awesome. It's pretty sweet. You guys are going to love it. I couldn't sleep all last night. So anyway, we're just going to cut right to being there, checking it out, and then we'll talk about all of the details afterwards. But if it does happen, I just realized this. This is pretty good, Ryan. This is pretty good. Not only will we own every generation of Dodge Ram, you know, out there, but
every motor.
What?
Every motor.
No. Just the generation, the bodies or whatever. But this is the most important part. They are all running right now.
That's a first.
Every single truck and this one will be running and driving.
But for how long?
Not very long. That's the key thing. Not very long. I obviously must be feeling sick or something if every single truck that we have is running and driving. We must need to take something apart.
You might want to go play the lottery. That doesn't happen.
We should stop and get some lottery tickets. That's good. So anyway, that's it. That's the gist of today. I will catch up with you guys here in a little bit. Oh, boys. There she is, boys. There she is. Alrighty, so we are riding in the new truck home. We decided to take it home and we are on our way back with it. So once we get home, we'll go over everything with it, all of the details, the plans. It is definitely a second gen. The steering is a little all over the place. So, you know, it needs a little TLC. It's not perfect, that's for sure, but it does hit every single checklist besides being black. So we're gonna have to paint it black. I know a lot of you guys that love white out there, you're probably like, oh, it's going black. It's going black. There's no question that this truck is not getting painted black. But I kind of knew that going in. It does need a little bit of body work. Like I was kind of mentioning in the last video, just extremely difficult, sorry for the bumps, extremely difficult to kind of find all of the checklists. This is a 02, so last year's second gen were made. It is a true sport model. Sport front bumper already has a cowl hood on it, 6-speed, Dana 80 disc rear end, 355 gears in it, 173,000, so hasn't even hit 200 yet. It is completely bone stock. Completely bone stock. Has the exhaust on it. Besides all of that information I just gave you, we'll go over the plans for the truck when we get back to the shop. Do me a favor while we are driving home here, go to Instagram, go tag some companies that you want to see some parts on this truck from. Whether it's performance stuff, wheels, you know, this is basically a completely stock truck. If you guys want to see me use some stuff, if you guys have some preferences and you want to see me use certain company stuff, go tag me in their stuff. Go let them know that we're looking for some parts for this thing. And yeah, go. I'm gonna post a picture up on Instagram probably in a little bit. Tag them in my post, tag them in their own pictures. Let me know what you guys want me to see on this truck, and we'll make it happen. So we have about 50 minutes to go to get home. So far it's driving good. I think the thermostat is stuck open. It's not coming up to temperature. It's not overheating, but the truck is staying a little bit on the colder side. So like I said, it does need a little bit of work. We'll be tearing into this thing, that's for sure. So I'm pumped. I am super pumped, except for this rain. I am not super pumped about this rain, but we'll be home shortly. Alright guys, we have made it back to the shop with the new truck. She runs super well. About an hour and 45 minutes home, and not one hiccup really. Actually has a little bit more power factory than I was really ever anticipating. You'll love the custom intake that we have on this thing right now. It's got some rigged up, I think it's a 5-inch exhaust. It's like a 4 to 5-inch exhaust. And that's pretty much it. The guy had a tuner for it, never put it on. Like I said, it's got 170,000 miles on it, and pretty much hit every single checkpoint that I wanted to have, except for being black. Now, a lot of the trucks that we were finding, you know, needed a little bit of repair here, a little bit of repair here. So at that time, you know, like, are we gonna repaint the truck? So we kind of got into a little bit more of a body project, which is kind of what I was hinting at the last video when we were helping Mark about learning some of that. No better way to learn than kind of buy a truck that needs it and kind of do it yourself. So the truck does need, it is not a mint perfect truck by any means. My budget really did not allow that. A lot of you guys were sending me trucks that were, you know, 17 to 20, and if you think that I'm spending $17,000 to $20,000 on a second gen, while they are rare and some people will do that because they're not willing to kind of restore them, so to say, that was not in the budget. This truck was actually a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but number one, I was sick and tired of looking, honestly. And number two, it pretty much hit, like I said, it hit everything. So 4-wheel drive, 01 to 02 year, so we could have the 6-speed, so we could have the Dana 80 disc rear end. What else? Now I can't even remember what the heck we were looking for. Single cab only. That's for a reason as well, that we'll get into a little bit later. But the truck is pretty solid. You know, it's got a typical second gen steering, so it needs a lot of everything. Don't get me wrong. It needs to be gone over with somebody who really wants to, you know, make it perfect, and that's what we will be doing. But look at this. What kind of hot temperatures do you think we're pulling in right next to the exhaust on that? So we'll definitely have to get a little bit of a different exhaust setup. That thing is pulling in nothing but hot air right now. Looks like the filter has seen some better days. Like I said, the exhaust on this thing has a lot of adapters, a lot of clamps, and like I said, it does need some body work. It does need the rockers and cab corners, but overall is a pretty solid truck for being up in the Northeast. The interior is pretty much perfect, minus, you guys already know, the dash. So it's got 1 or 2 cracks in it. Let me know what you guys, I don't know if they make like replacement. I don't know if they make just this top skin. I can't remember what they make, but that's gonna drive me nuts. We do need to take care of that. But the interior, other than that, is perfect. No rips in the seats. There's no rip in the driver's seat. I think that seat does need a cushion. We need to change out this shift knob. The transmission shifts flawlessly. Actually, much smoother than I was anticipating it shifting. So we're gonna lose this toolbox. It's got 30, well, they're 315, so that's like almost a 35 on here. It's got a leveling kit. We're gonna take that out. Probably gonna drop this thing down a little bit. It's kind of sitting a little bit too high for what we are gonna try and really accomplish with it. Really just a overall street truck is what we're gonna be after for now. Like I said, there's no rips in the seat. You can kind of see it's starting just a little bit here, and the cushion is kind of dead right here. So we're gonna try and maybe get a new cushion. There's one thing that needs to go right now, though. I don't know how I missed this. Look at what kind of floor mats we got in this thing. I don't think so. I don't think so. Got water all in there. Come on, get out of there. Not up in here. But carpet looks good. Like I said, the thermostat actually never kind of came off of that first line. 190s right in the middle. Kind of never came off of that first little line there. Has some other things that we'll go over in the next video. I'll make like a video of, you know, 10 things I already hate about this thing. Nice. Like I said, what I need you guys to do is let me know what kind of parts you want to see on this thing. How would you guys build it? In the comments, kind of give me an overall general thing of where you guys want to see this truck go, what kind of parts you want to see it. Head over to Instagram and tag all those companies that you want to see me work with and use their products on this truck. And we'll build this thing up. I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know, you guys know me, like, it's gotta be at least like 600-700 horse. I know this is a HO engine, which means it has a high output VP, which I think the SO VP, I gotta jump back into all this VP knowledge, you know, like now we've been out of the second gen game for quite a long time. So I believe that VP is really kind of like a big hindering point. Oh, yeah, well, there's, all I wanna do is kind of point out like what we need to take care of right away, all the negatives, but we're not gonna get into that. We're riding the high of buying a new truck today, boys. I've never really owned a single cab second gen, but I see pictures all over Instagram and everywhere else, and I've always really liked the way like a single cab sport long bed second gen looks. So we will be doing some drag racing with this truck. Now you're thinking, Greg, it's got to stick. Why would you do that? Well, you guys know I hinted in another video back in the day of all of the stick shift records that are kind of floating out around there now. That was maybe a little bit of the reason why we bought this truck. This truck is going to have quite the crazy story in the next, I don't know, maybe year and a half. We have a lot of bigger plans down the future with this truck, getting this thing to be really fast stick shift truck. But we're not going to get into that right now. That's not the main focus. The main focus right now, kind of like what we did with the first gen, was we need to make sure this thing's solid. We need to kind of blow this thing apart mechanically wise, change all the fluids, make sure everything is good, pop the wheels off, you know, go over the steering. I know the steering needs to be addressed quite a bit. Look at, I just saw something on the first gen that, what is this? Oh boy. What are you doing? Oh man. Looks like we got some gear fluid coming out of this seal probably in this axle or something. I don't know, I've never seen that before. But anyway, I think that's pretty much gonna do it, guys. We need to go home, spend some time with the old fam. But overall for this being an 02, a truck this old, things pretty clean. So I'm extremely pumped to dive into this thing, make this thing perfect, and the biggest thing is get this thing painted black. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think again in the comments down below. Hit that like button before you leave, subscribe if you have not already, and get pumped for this thing to be just transformed into something really sweet. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.